ga lên tàu. Đoàn tàu FE1, nhà ga đang đón trên tuyến sắt số 1. Attention please. We ask that all passengers with an FE1 ticket come to the station.
Vé không hợp lệ phải mua vé bổ sung. 2. Quý khách sắp xếp hành lý đúng nơi quy định và tự bảo quản thu trên hành lý của
sát.
Thank you nha. Có kẹo lấy bỏ nam cục bông xương nữa. Có cả đạt còn.
Ani mango jelly. Six mango jelly.
Có đã. Gì đi ra ngoài gì có lấy nghe không?
Go, go, go. đó.
아, that's 엄마 이거 봐봐.
잠깐, 저기는. Ai đang muốn chọn mà em?
Ôi trời ơi. Cũng chê già thấy trần trời nó giò chứ nó còn giò.
Rồi đây này. Ladies and gentlemen, one picture.
반만 라나 더?
Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are standing happened by the marble stone again. The nine-head dragon also is a good side. We know that Lumbini, India, Lumbini is where the Buddha was born. And here the oh here, you take the lead, you pass on the lead. What? Maybe we just see the sculpture finish. We know that the local artist to the beach. Go down like that.
Mình ơi, mi chơi nhãn quá mình ơi. Đừng ra tao bưng đây. Yes, chicken rồi. Ok, quay.
Okay, and later we have two places to alight. Okay, the first one is Chinatown, and the second one is Kampong Glam. Okay, so please be with me. The reason why, if you miss the timing of the coach, you need to find your own way back to the airport. It do happens, huh? I have to tell you that it do happens. So please be along with me because 26 of you is a very, very big group. So you need to. It's called New Water. In 2061, Malaysia is not selling us any more of the water. Huh? So this is our 15 reservoir. We only have 15 reservoir. Huh? Take note, huh? Yes. That is leads you to Marina Bay. This one with the light on. It's gonna be something on because 31st December is gonna have some. There are 9 gardens inside, beautiful. And they also have the super tree, 18 of them. Huh? Fantastic. It's
刚刚说了，他看这些旧的13呢4层，是不是很新建的新人层？
Also come here. Why? The artist is here. Mr. Yi there. Fantastic.
是人不是大把，完全是不要下3块钱。对。
They need to pray 5 times a day. This is one of the time for praying. Number 3, they need to fast for 1 month during Ramadan, just before Ramadan. Number 4, they need to give a donation according to your salary. Okay.